What is taking Joe so long? He said he'd be back in 5 minutes.
It's moments like this where I say we get off Fortnite and play some Souls game. You guys want to hop on Elden Ring?
Souls-like sounds fun, but I'm not feeling Elden Ring.
Yeah, I agree with George. How about some good old Dark Souls 3?
Absolutely not Obama. We're not playing Dark Souls 1.5.
What the fuck did you just call Dark Souls 3?
It's literally Dark Souls 1, but for casuals. Everything is a reference to the OG Dark Souls.
That's cruel, Donald. Dark Souls 3 maybe have been a little bit on the nose as a sequel to Dark Souls after the second game was too drastically different. But it still holds itself on its own.
Thanks, George. Want to play Dark Souls?
Hell no.
What?
I defended it. Doesn't mean I want to play it. I say we play Bloodborne or Sekiro.
Sekiro has no co-op, George.
Still the best game in the series.
Hold on now.
You've got to be kidding. At least Elden Ring will be fine for you, George, right?
Oh, it's a great game. Masterpiece.
So you want to play it?
Oh, hell no. I hate having to walk everywhere in co-op without a horse. Also, never liked open-world Souls-like games. I prefer the original linear gameplay.
I don't like how you're playing devil's advocate right now.
Hop on PlayStation. Bloodborne is the greatest game of all time.
I'm not getting on that goddamn game. Don't care how good it is. I can't stand the randomness and aggressiveness of Bloodborne.
I've never heard someone say anything bad about Bloodborne before Donald. This is actually surprising.
Yeah, even I can't say anything bad about Bloodborne. Masterpiece, but I'm not in the mood for it.
Thanks, Obama.
No problem, man. Let's hop on Dark Souls 3.
No.
No.
Come on, guys. Dark Souls 3 is a more polished version of Dark Souls with better combat, cooler bosses, and the greatest soundtrack.
Elden Ring's open world is one of the greatest open world games ever. It's got the linear parts of the older games, but it expands on it with the coolest locations and bosses.
Okay, I won't lie, Donald. Elden Ring is great for those things, but Sekiro has the best combat in the game, the smoothest gameplay out of the entire franchise.
We already told you there's no co-op.
Shit. Well, let's play Bloodborne then. Fantastic bosses, great atmosphere. Combat is even better than Dark Souls with the dodges.
Literally every Bloodborne boss looks like an average British person got picked out of an alleyway in London and forced to do mocap for this game.
Dark Souls 3 PvP and co-op is so much fun.
At that point, if you want to play great PvP, just play Dark Souls 2.
I'm not touching that shit ever since it came out in 2014. Never again.
Well, I'm kind of a Dark Souls 2 defender, so that hurt. It had the best lobby in the entire franchise.
Round Table Hold is better?
No, it's not. Firelink Shrine is so iconic.
I will say, if we're getting on Elden Ring, we're going to go start in Khalid.
Why the actual fuck would we start in Caelid?
Yeah, it's Caelid, not Khalid. Also, at least Trump didn't say Mountaintop of the Giants. Can't stand that garbage place.
Yeah, if I wanted to go fight an AIDS-infested man riding a tiny pony, I'd just go to Detroit instead of Caelid.
Fine, we'll do Limgrave, Liurnia, or Altus Plateau.
Nah, I want to play Dark Souls. Just imagine the bosses like Pontiff Sullivan, Bell Gargoyles. Hell, let's add the DLC bosses from Dark Souls 1 and 3 with Gale, the greatest boss ever, and Artorias and Midir.
No thanks. The boss runs for Dark Souls 1 is way too much for me. Also, bosses are really predictable. Sekiro bosses are the best. They go so well with the combat. Extremely smooth. Also, Ishin is the greatest boss, not Gale.
Okay, the walk back to bosses can get a little annoying, but there's a charm to it.
Literally no charm. Elden Ring knew this and fixed those problems with the statues of Marikas. Also, Elden Ring bosses are the best. You got Radon, Godfrey, Margit, and Melania.
Melania? We're not talking about your wife here, Donald. You can't even pronounce any of Elden Ring's bosses correct.
Shut up, asshole.
I'm with Obama on this one. Elden Ring doesn't even have the best bosses. It may even have the weakest. Malekith is cool, though.
Yeah, he's cool, I guess.
Wait till Elden Ring gets DLC. It's going to blow you away.
Speaking of DLC, Bloodborne has the best DLC in the series.
I'm going to cut you off there, George. Let's go back to what you guys said about Elden Ring bosses being the worst. Do you not realize that Dark Souls 2 is right there? Check plus.
It's checkmate, dumbass. Also, I literally said I'm not counting Dark Souls 2, so you didn't win anything against me. Also, Dark Souls 3 DLC is the best, even with just Gale by himself.
Okay, let's say we just showcase Gale.
Oh, yeah, Sister Fried as well.
Okay, Gale and Sister Fried. Let's say we include these bosses, right? Old Hunter's DLC is still much better with better areas, mystery, weapons, NPCs, and overall bosses.
What the fuck?
Dear God, is that a headset from Nam?
Fix your headset, Sleepy Joe.
Explode.
Are you guys ready to play some Souls?
There we go.
Yeah, we were just about to hop on Bloodborne.
Hold on, you Iraqi invader. We were going to play Elden Ring.
We decided on Dark Souls 1 or 3.
Oh, I thought we were about to play the greatest one, Demon Souls.
You are the first person on this very earth to have Demon Souls as your favorite.
Still a great game.
Obama's right. George is playing devil's advocate.
Okay, now hold on all of you. While I've been taking a potty, you guys have been arguing about this. You children are so annoying sometimes. Why can't you just... Can we please turn off the Dark Souls music? Why are you guys arguing like it's a boss fight? Let's just hop on a game and play the rest later.
Wow, wise words, Sleepy Joe.
I think we all got a little sidetracked, guys.
I agree. Let's just go with Elden Ring.
Fine.
Let's go.
Now that I think about it, why don't we just play Minecraft?
Now let's hop on Terraria, way better game.
How dare you say that?
Oh no, it's happening again.
Did I do this?